night driving looks harmless until something on the road decides otherwise. Shadowy figures, ghostly passengers, or faceless entities. Anything can appear without warning. One turn, one blink, and the entire journey shifts into something unexplained, something you can't outrun. So let's start the ghostly ride. In America, an Uber driver was giving a late-night ride to a woman, and the in-car camera was quietly recording the journey. Suddenly, the woman started acting strangely, and her face twisted in an unnatural way. Her eyes rolled back, and it became clear to the driver that she was no longer herself. Her mysterious behavior made many believe it could be a case of demonic possession, where an evil spirit took control of her body. What happened next remains unclear, as neither the passenger nor the driver was seen again. The only thing we're left with is this disturbing footage. Shadow Highway. The truck driver's dashcam captured something no one would have believed on a dark highway. Late at night, it recorded a bicycle being violently thrown right into the road in front of him. The driver quickly slowed down, but the footage showed a hooded figure throwing it. But how can a man out of nowhere appear on a dark highway? The strange part was that even his appearance was not visible. This could be a shadow spirit or ghost trying to cause a terrible crash. On roads like this, the empty space around you might be the biggest threat. Haunted ride. An Uber driver was giving a late-night ride when he picked up a passenger who seemed normal at first. It wasn't until he later reviewed the dashcam footage that he realized the truth. On the back seat, the passenger slowly began to appear and disappear in the shadows. Then suddenly, she revealed a cold, expressionless face and a lifeless stare. It looked like a macabre who chose that driver for the ride. This incident shows that the spiritual world is real, but for many, like the driver, only believed when they see it for themselves. Alien traffic stop. A police officer's dash camera recorded a scary incident during what seemed like a normal traffic stop. As he walked up to check the driver's license, a huge flash of light suddenly came from the car, knocking him to the ground. The vehicle then drove away like nothing happened. In just seconds, the officer's body turned into smoke and vanished completely. It looked like the driver wasn't human at all, but an alien using strange technology to hide its true identity. This could be one of the most shocking alien abduction cases ever caught on a dashcam. Twisted face. A driver was going down a quiet road at night when he saw a woman walking alone. When he stopped, she asked for a lift. Her voice sounded strange for a moment. But he didn't think much of it. She sat in the back seat, and as he turned his camera toward her and got the shock of his life, her leg looked like that of a beast. It was clear he was trapped with an evil entity. He quickly began reciting holy verses, and when he checked again, she had turned into an old lady. The video ended suddenly, for sure. It was a jinn or witch, because such scary shifting can be done by them only. If you ever see someone alone on a dark road, think twice before offering a ride. Dark presence. A taxi driver was going through his dashcam footage when he noticed something strange behind him. While he was looking for a passenger, a dark, ghostly figure appeared, staring right at him. He recalled that just before this, he had dropped a passenger in a rural area. It seemed that right after the passenger left, the dark figure had entered the car. The footage showed no sign of anyone opening the door, yet the shadowy presence was there, watching. Some say it could have been the spirit of someone lost on that lonely road. Infernal passenger. Sometimes, the quietest highways hide the darkest surprises, and this time, it was for the truck driver. He noticed a lady sitting in his own truck.
Vean. Se ve horrible, güey, ve, güey. No mames.
Suddenly, a mysterious fire burst right in front of her face and revealed it was a spirit with a pale face and hollow black eyes. The ghostly flames didn't burn anything, and even a cross sign hanging inside the truck had no effect. The fire went down after a time, and the spirit vanished. It was a powerful, evil spirit, one so strong that even protective symbols couldn't affect it.
No mames. Mira, se le ven los ojos hundidos, güey, ve eso.
Masked evil. A creepy video has surfaced showing a strange man trying to interact with a girl. In the clip, he slowly placed his hand on her head and stared at her with an expression that felt deeply unsettling. People who watched the video noticed that his face didn't look natural. Some even suggested he might be wearing a mask, but his movements and gestures didn't match a normal person at all, looked more like a devil. The footage leaves a chilling impression, as if the girl wasn't being watched by a person, but by something pretending to be one. Forest guardians. Sometimes the forest doesn't just stay quiet at night. One cop learned this the hard way. One night, while patrolling, he found an abandoned car and began to investigate. As he opened the car suddenly, sticks began flying at him from all directions, striking him until he fell to the ground. Then, tiny, strange little beings climbed out of the trunk. They were goblins. It means the story's characters do exist. How they ended up there is unknown. Maybe it was because of their supernatural powers. Another car's dash camera captured the entire incident. Otherwise, no one would have believed him. It appeared the goblins were protecting their territory. Next time you park near a forest, remember, goblins might come. Cursed ice cream. You love the ice cream truck, but not going to do that after this incident. At 3 a.m., a local on the road recorded a single ice cream truck. The truck was moving completely without a driver, and the side door was wide open. In the back, a young girl sat completely still in the freezer. She seemed to be possessed, but the scary part was that the truck kept rolling forward on its own. For sure, it was an evil spirit in disguise of a girl roaming at night to lure children. Next time you hear that cheerful jingle, ask yourself, is it coming to sell ice cream, or is it coming to take you?
Yo!
Handless creature. Some nights, even familiar roads can hide the unexpected. In 2023, a couple was driving home when their dash camera captured a bizarre sight. A woman in a white jumpsuit suddenly appeared in front of their car. The strangest part was that she had no hands. Without saying a word, she crossed the road slowly. Her movements were unnatural. Could she be a wandering spirit trapped between worlds? Or something far stranger, a being from another world? But one thing is sure sometimes, it's not the darkness you should fear, but what decides to walk through it.
Who is she? I don't know, but that's creepy.
Ghostly baby. The sisters were driving at night, recording a video inside their car while enjoying the ride. Suddenly, on the baby seat, they noticed someone. It looked like a ghostly outline of a baby-like face. The girls freaked out immediately as soon as they realized, and the video ended abruptly. This could be a baby ghost that was just passing by and noticed the empty seat. Maybe it decided to stop and sit there for a little while, making the car its space for a moment. Perhaps the baby ghost wanted a ride, but for the sisters, that ride became one they would always remember. Window demon. A driver nearly lost his heartbeat when a scary face suddenly appeared on his car window. Its eyes glowed brightly and seemed locked on him. He quickly identified it as Kaipora, a mysterious being from folklore.
É caipora, pessoal! Aqui na janela do meu carro. Eu parei o carro aqui.
Luckily, his car windows were rolled up, keeping him safe. The terrifying moment left him shaken, and he couldn't stop thinking about how close it had been. Encounters like this one are rare but unforgettable for sure.
E ela se aproximou da minha janela.
Possessed passenger. An Uber driver picked up a passenger one quiet night, expecting a normal ride. The man sat right next to the driver, completely asleep and snoring softly. Suddenly, without warning, he screamed so loud and violently that the driver froze in fear.
Where am I?
It was as if something unseen had taken control of him, or he had been possessed by a force no one could see. The driver couldn't explain what had happened and dropped the passenger off as quickly as he could.
Just please get me home. Dude, get out!
Ghostly stare. A group of friends were driving to a late-night party when they crossed a quiet bridge. On the side of the road, they noticed a man standing completely still. His eyes were completely white, without any pupils, staring right at them. The friends couldn't tell if he was possessed or if it was some kind of spirit watching them. The sight left them frozen for a moment, and they quickly drove past the bridge. Crossing that bridge that night became a memory they couldn't forget anytime soon. Spirit in bus. A hiker was exploring a remote valley surrounded by huge mountains. Far below the trail, he spotted something strange, an old school bus lying on its side. As if it had fallen from the road above years ago. When he got closer, he saw through one of the bus windows. A young girl was staring straight at him. She didn't move, nor even blinked. The hiker rushed to the bus and climbed inside, calling out, but the seats were empty. No footsteps, no sound, no one there. Many believe he saw the spirit of a student who never left that bus. Sometimes, the past waits for someone to notice. Creepy stranger. What looked like a normal person asking for help turned into pure fear. A family was driving at night when a woman suddenly forced them to stop. Thinking she needed help, they stopped to ask if she was okay. But instead of answering, the woman began making strange, creepy sounds. Then she gave an unsettling smile. Suddenly, she started banging on the window again and again. Her expression changing into something wild and frightening. At that point, the family realized something was very wrong. She didn't seem like a normal person, almost as if she was possessed. They drove away as fast as they could, leaving the woman screaming on the road behind them. Angry spirit. A worker was about to head home when he approached his car. Inside, he noticed a girl sitting there, her eyes glowing and staring at him with anger. Shocked, he quickly opened the door, but the seat was empty. It was as if she had vanished, leaving only the feeling of her rage behind. Maybe he had disturbed a ghost, and now her anger was showing. Next time you get into your car at night, be careful. You never know who might already be inside. Scary Uber ride. A local driver in California picked up a passenger. Everything started normally until his passenger began acting strangely. He laughed for no reason. Then, in a sudden fit, he grabbed the steering wheel, forcing the car to swerve across 2 lanes at 65 miles per hour. He fought to keep control, but the man's eyes looked blank, almost as if something had taken over him. Since no normal person could have such sudden, violent strength or blank emotion, this could be a case of possession, an evil force using the man's body to create chaos. If you ever drive late at night, be careful who steps into your car, because some passengers might not be human at all. Human or other entity. When a man noticed another car speeding straight toward him, curious and alarmed, he pulled out his camera to record the strange driver. But as the car got closer, what he saw made him shocked. The driver wasn't human. The figure on the wheels had a blue face, huge black eyes, and an expression that didn't change at all. It looked exactly like the beings often described in alien sightings.
What the
Many believe this is proof that aliens might be living among us, using human cars to blend in, but this one got caught before disguising itself. Bus ride. A late-night bus ride turned into one of the strangest videos ever caught on a driver's camera. At first, everything looked normal until the passenger's face began to change. Her features twisted and shifted like clay, as if something inside her was fighting to take control. One moment, she looked human. The next, her face took on shapes that didn't belong to this world. The scary part, the driver didn't realize what was happening beside him. It seemed she was a shapeshifter caught in the middle of transforming hope. So the driver made a safe exit. But be careful of your bus rides next time, because cryptid beings do exist in our world, and we caught a proof of it. Empty van. In the USA, police were chasing an over-speeding van that had been causing chaos on the roads. After a long and tense chase, they finally managed to stop it. But what happened next shocked everyone. When the officers called for the driver to step out, there was no one inside. The van was completely empty. No driver, no passenger, nothing.
Well, the joke's on Dan and Ron.
Hey?
It looked as if some ghostly force had been controlling the vehicle, guiding it through the roads and possibly leading the police somewhere far darker than they could ever imagine. Creepy passenger. In India, the last passenger of this bus decided not to get off. Even the crowd gathered, but she didn't move. Soon, she faced the camera. At first, it looked like she was wearing a gown, but on closer look, there were no eyes. The gown even had a space for eyes, yet her face was completely gone. Her hands looked human, but the rest of her body wasn't. It was a jinn. Later, it was revealed that the bus was never driven again, as the jinn refused to leave and haunted it forever. Vanishing hitchhiker. A group of boys was driving late at night in a quiet area when one of them saw a strange man standing alone on the road. The whole event was recorded by their car camera. In less than a second, the man suddenly appeared sitting in the back seat with them. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared again, right before their eyes. Later, they learned from a caretaker that the man could be the spirit of a patient who had recently passed away at the nearby psychiatric hospital. Encountering something like that in the middle of the night is the kind of fear you never forget. Tunnel spirit.
Well, with Halloween approaching tomorrow, Honolulu police have a spooky story of their own. An officer telling of a story her partner told her of a ghostly encounter at the Poly Lookout.
As Halloween approached, the Honolulu Police Department shared one of its scary patrol stories. A female officer was driving her police car late at night when she saw an old woman standing near the gate. When she rolled down her window to ask what was wrong, she felt a strange chill. Glancing into her rearview mirror, she realized the woman was suddenly sitting in the back seat. Remembering her grandmother's advice, she stayed calm and spoke gently to the spirit as she finished her patrol. When she drove through the tunnel, a sudden peace filled the car. Looking again in the mirror, the old woman was gone. But to her, the presence of the lady was still there.
And the whole time, the lady sat there, said nothing, and was looking down. So as she was driving down, she went through the tunnels, and she just felt this overwhelming peace. You know, she just felt at peace. And then she looked up into the rearview mirror and she noticed that the lady was gone.
Phantom passenger. Late night rides aren't always what they seem. An Uber driver picked up a woman and drove her home. At the door, she said she didn't have any money and left a small box in the car, asking him to wait while she went inside to get it. Time passed and she never returned. When the driver finally knocked,
Hola amigo, buenas noches. Solamente por la señorita que entró.
a man opened the door and revealed that his wife, who owned the box, had passed away a month ago. As the driver sat back in his car, the woman suddenly appeared in the back seat, smiling softly. Perhaps her spirit had unfinished business, or simply wanted to make sure her box reached the right hands. Whatever the reason, it was clear she wasn't entirely of this world now. Cemetery sensors. Driving past a graveyard late at night, a man relied on his Tesla's sensors to guide him. But what they revealed was freaking. Suddenly, the car's screen showed human figures standing just outside the vehicle. To the naked eye, the cemetery looked empty and dark, but the sensors outlined people.
There's one. There it is.
Right there.
There's another one.
Spirits of those buried there, still wandering near the road. As the car moved forward, the figures slowly vanished from the screen. Even the most advanced technology can only reveal them, but it cannot keep them from lingering. Some spirits never truly leave the graveyard. You'd better stay alert when passing by.
But it was just walking. It's still walking.
Woman on road. Dash cameras seemed unstoppable in revealing strange events, and here is another from 2016. A driver was moving slowly along a snowy, empty road when they spotted an old woman standing right in the middle. She didn't move at all, as if she had been there for a very long time. It was far too cold for anyone to just stand there without a car, making her presence impossible to explain. According to locals, it was the spirit of a woman, a scary thought that some people on the road don't need a ride, they just need you to stop. Disappearing driver. This is the strangest event the police department has ever recorded in history. A police officer was making a routine check, and her body camera captured the scene. The girl was asked for her driver's license. When the officer stepped back to check the license and returned it, the woman had completely vanished.
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
No, of course not.
All right. Sit tight, sir. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Your registration is What the?
The dash cam of another police camera confirmed she didn't run away.
Your registration is What the? Sarah?
This thing proves that the cop was speaking to a ghost or a spirit who had been driving the car. It's a chilling reminder that some spirits might still walk among us, even where we least expect them.
Sarah? What the? Sarah?
Graveyard vision. Here is another proof that Tesla sensors catch what human eyes can't. A couple was driving through a cemetery late at night when their car's screen showed human shapes where nothing stood.
It's next to. Oh, man.
Suddenly, the figures began moving, slowly gathering right next to the car before the video cut off. This could be a sign that the ghosts were disturbed by the car passing, maybe even trying to get inside. Even after passing away, some spirits never leave this world, and sometimes they make sure you notice them. Haunted taxi. Over a few years back in Pakistan, a local driver spotted an old taxi and started recording for all spooky reasons. In the front passenger seat, a man was sitting calmly, but the driver's seat was empty. The man acted like nothing was wrong, as if someone was really driving the car. Locals say the road is haunted by a female ghost who lures people into her traps. This could be proof that the ghost was behind the steering wheel, and the passenger was already caught in her car. Next time you get into a taxi alone, take a very close look at the person. You never know who might only appear to you only. Blinding flash. Late at night, police were chasing a car that was driving too fast on the highway. Officers had their dash camera on, recording everything. Suddenly, the passenger in the speeding car pointed a huge flashlight toward the police car. The light was extremely bright, powerful enough to cover the whole camera screen in white light. The flashlight was said to be 100,000 lumens, strong enough to blind the camera and block the view for a few seconds. In that short moment of confusion, the car dodged the cops and disappeared into the night. Haunted route. A passenger was recording the view of the road from a moving bus when something unbelievable appeared in the video. On the outside of the bus, a ghostly girl was seen clinging to the side, staring straight at the driver. Strangely, the driver kept going. He calmly said that this happens almost every time he crosses that road. According to him, this is the exact place where the girl lost her life. And as soon as they crossed that part of the road, the reflection or spirit vanished. Maybe she is searching for peace, or maybe she isn't ready to leave that road yet. Bizarre encounter. A man was driving alone on a quiet highway when something strange caught his eye. In the back seat, someone seemed to be sitting there, but there was no face, only a brown neck. He reached back to get a better look. The moment he glanced, the figure wasn't there, leaving the seat empty as if it had never been there. The highway was silent again, but the memory of that faceless presence was there. It was surely a headless ghost who haunts highways at night. Some passengers choose you as a rider, and you don't have an option to say no. Ghost car. Police officers were on a routine patrol when their dashcam captured a car speeding dangerously down the road. They tried to get the driver to pull over, but the car kept moving strangely. In a shocking second, it completely vanished from sight. Then reappeared, driving at a supernatural speed, almost as if the driver was not human. The car eventually drove straight toward a fence, where there was no way out, but it simply vanished again. The officers realized they could be chasing a ghost car, or perhaps something far more outworldly controlling it. On nights like these, some things on the road are not meant to be chased. They exist to haunt. Scary robot. The restaurant staff never imagined they would face something like this. Late one night, a strange robot drove through the drive-thru to pick up a food order, all caught on camera. When a staff member asked the robot, "Are you real?" a demonic voice answered. Suddenly, the robot deliberately hit the vehicle next to it, and flames burst from its body. The terrifying voice was the last thing they heard before it drove the car away. Was it really the voice of a robot? Or could this be a sign that a dark force can take control, not only of humans, but of machines as well? You decide. Roadside creature. A man shared a chilling video online of a strange encounter in Argentina while driving. It was around 3 a.m. when something on the road caught his eye. At first, he thought it was a dog, but the closer he looked, the more wrong it felt.
Es el horizon. Me corto la bola, es el horizon. Mira, mira qué feo, mira qué feo, mira.
Its face was weird, more like a human and less like a human terrified. He didn't wait to think. He slammed the accelerator and drove away, convinced he had just seen a dog man. Some things on the road aren't meant to be seen alone, especially late at night.
Atención. Radar fijo.
Mira.
Límite 40.
Qué feo qué.
Phantom car. Parking lots are supposed to be safe, but not that night. In 2009, CCTV caught a car rolling in with no one behind the wheel. The watchman ran out to see, believing it was a driverless car. But what he saw made me fall to the ground. Someone was on the roof of a car, but its appearance wasn't clear. It appeared the entity deliberately never wanted to reveal itself. It was clear the car wasn't moving due to advanced technology, but a controlling power. Was it a ghost? Or a cryptid creature with superpowers? The video cut off before anyone could find out, and to this day, no one knows where the car went or what was really on that roof. Haunted car. A boy who had just bought a used car when strange things started happening. While filming a short video inside, he realized the car seemed to move on its own.
Are you able to? All the way.
Commands like "keep going all the way" made the vehicle respond without anyone touching it.
Keep going. Bro! You got this, all the way.
Nothing in the car should have been able to make it move, yet it did, as if an invisible presence was controlling it. After the incident, he went straight to the dealer and discovered the car had been involved in an accident that caused someone's demise. It seemed the original owner's spirit hadn't left and was still using the car in its own way. Backseat reflection. Some videos stay in your mind forever. This one is the kind that gives nightmares. A driver was recording the rainy view outside while waiting at a signal. Everything looked normal until he looked at the mirror. In the reflection, he saw a ghostly girl sitting in the back seat, staring straight at him. The driver got too scared to turn around and look behind him. Maybe a ghost had started following him, and for how long, no one knows. Moving car. On December 15th, 2015, a man parked his car and walked away for a few minutes. Out of nowhere, the car started on its own and rolled forward until it crashed into a wall. What made it creepier was that the sound clearly showed it was stuck in gear, but the brake pads were engaged, meaning it shouldn't have moved at all. When the man returned, the car was wrecked, and there was no one inside. Maybe it wasn't a malfunction after all. Maybe a ghostly force was behind the wheel that day. Ghostly ride. Near a forest, police spotted a car parked suspiciously on the roadside. As they approached, they saw a hand pressed against the window. When they opened the door, they were stunned. No one was inside.
This is some spooky shit right here. I'm gonna have to call this in the sheriff's department.
Later, locals revealed a chilling truth. A girl had recently been found lifeless in the forest, and that car had belonged to her. It seems her spirit might still be roaming, searching for answers or justice, refusing to rest until the truth comes out. Zombie Girl. Zombies aren't just horror stories anymore. This time, it felt real. Police in a quiet town claimed to have captured a girl who looked like an actual zombie. Her movements were stiff, her face pale, and she made strange noises that frightened everyone around. Officers quickly detained her and recorded a short video that went viral online. Some said it was a drug effect, but many believed it was something far worse, a real case of the dead walking again. Maybe the outbreak has already begun, and we just witnessed its first sign.